Welcome back again, guys. Doing a video today about my videos, interestingly enough. Had a conversation recently with somebody who got in touch with me because of my videos. And I encourage you, I've mentioned it before, I'm more than willing to answer questions. If you do come up with any questions, you can send a message here on YouTube. You can comment on the videos. Commenting on, and I've mentioned this before, probably the best way to get a hold of me is to send a message. You have to go to the channel page and you can send a message that way. Commenting on a video, I don't always get notifications for that for whatever reason. You can also try and search me out on some of the Facebook groups, the Prime Facebook groups, and try to send a message that way. But again, I don't always get notifications for that either. But at any rate, if you do have questions, let me know. I will do my best to try and answer them. But in talking with somebody who is now at Prime, the topic came up. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do, whether he wants to be a company driver, whether he wants to lease, whether he wants to do this dedicated that I do. He lives near Cleveland and has watched several of my videos, and the bottom line ended up, the point that I made was, please try to remember that these videos that I do are not one size fits all. They are general information videos. I have made the decisions that I have made because they are the best decisions for me. You have to remember that your circumstances are not going to be the same as mine. I've developed my opinions based on 2 years of driving for Prime. Actually, now a little more than 2 years of driving for Prime. My priority, which is to spend time with my family. I have a 16-year-old daughter who has just over 2 years left of high school, and then she will be out in the world. And I have a wife who I enjoy getting home to see them on a daily basis. And that might not be your priority. You might not have a spouse. You might not have children. And, you know, even in that scenario, when I first started at Prime, I was not intending on leasing. I was not intending on doing a dedicated. And even once I made the decision to lease and to do dedicated, I was not intending to move my family to Indiana. But again, through my experiences, this is what has worked for me. You may have different experiences. You may have different priorities. You may be in trucking to save up for a house. You may be in trucking with the intent of never going home because you don't have spouse, children, whatnot. And so the priority to get home is nowhere near what it is for me. There may be other dedicated options at Prime that you may want to consider. And the bottom line just ends up being, please remember that the information that I'm giving is based on my experiences and my needs currently with Prime. I highly doubt that there will be very many, if any, of you who live in the immediate vicinity of Decatur, Indiana, who want to come to Prime and get your CDL and then start driving and try to go home every day. In my experience, there's been 2 people in the 2 years that I've done this. One who's successfully transferred from Prime, from the reefer division to tanker. He's no longer with Prime. And another who applied and never made it to Prime. And those were both, one was the one who never made it to Prime decided that he did not want to do truck driving. The one who's transferred to the tanker division was involuntarily separated from Prime. He is no longer with Prime. But again, in all this time, there's not a large number of people in the Decatur, Fort Wayne, Indiana area, or for that matter, the Bellevue, Ohio area, that will be doing or would be doing the same thing as me in terms of going home on a daily basis. There may be people in other areas, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, larger population centers who might want to do it, who might be able to go home every week or every 2 weeks, things like that. But even still, you're not going to have the same experience or necessarily the same priorities as I do. So just a short video. Please take the videos that I have as my experience. Weigh your own priorities. If your priorities are different than what I'm doing, do what's best for you. That's all I want to say. Thanks for watching. If you do still want to come to Prime, link right in the description takes you right to the application. Thanks for watching again. We'll talk to you again next week.